The release of Dying Light 2 Stay Human is right around the corner. So I thought, why not go over a few things that have caught my attention and have me looking out for this game. But first, let's find an answer to the question, can you run it? Let's go over the system requirements. Alright, so first you'll have to decide if you want to play with ray tracing off or ray tracing on. Let's start with ray tracing off. If you'd like to play on a resolution of 1080p at 30 FPS with settings set to low, then you'll need a Core i3-9100 or a Ryzen 3 2300X. For your GPU, a GTX 1050 Ti or an RX 560 with Windows 7 and 8 GBs of RAM. Now for 60 FPS on high settings, a Core i5-8600K, Ryzen 5 3600X, an RTX 2060 or an RX Vega 56 with Windows 10 and 16 GBs of RAM. Now we come to ray tracing on. If you're targeting low settings and 30 FPS with ray tracing on, then the only upgrade you'll need is an RTX 2070 for your GPU. The rest of the system requirements remain the same. For 60 FPS on high settings with ray tracing on, your Intel CPU could still be the i5-8600K, but on AMD you'll need a Ryzen 7 3700X and an RTX 3080 GPU. The game will also support DLSS if that's something you were looking into. Now if you've pre-ordered the game, I'm sure you can't wait to get your hands on it. So here are the times you can start preloading the game to prepare yourself for that midnight launch. You may have seen this tweet which said that it'll take about 500 hours to complete Dying Light 2. Now this got a lot of people worried, me included. But they also later followed up and clarified that it'll take about 20 hours to complete the main story, 80 hours to finish the main story and all of the side quests, and 500 hours to max out the game 100%. All main and side quests, choices and endings, checking every place on the map, every single dialogue, and finding every single collectible in the game. Now that's a lot of content, but if you still aren't satisfied and want more, well, don't worry. Techland have already released a roadmap for the content that's to come post-launch. Now this is something I love to see. Unlike a certain game that I've covered on this channel, Battlefield. Excuse me, it's a bit cold today and I've got a cough going. It's no secret that the launch of the next-gen consoles has been far from smooth. What with scalpers and AI bots buying up all of the stocks, it's been a rocky road. So a lot of people are still on last-gen consoles. So the performance of Dying Light 2 on last-gen consoles was a worrying issue, but one that has been addressed. We got uncut gameplay footage of the game running on last-gen consoles. Now, irrespective of whether you think this looks good, bad, you have to appreciate the fact that we got an answer at least. I still have my fingers crossed this doesn't turn out to be another Cyberpunk 2077, because remember, with a developer like CD Projekt Red, nobody expected Cyberpunk to be Cyberpunk or whatever that was at launch. But what happens to Dying Light 2, only time will tell. For now, this gameplay looks quite alright, nothing to get worried about. But the world of Dying Light 2 is big and elaborate. Some time ago on Twitter, it was shared that Dying Light 2 has about 350,000 words and 40,000 lines of dialogues. That sounds like a lot. I don't know how that compares to other games, but it sure sounds like a lot. The game will be playable in 17 languages, and they also shared that they needed exactly 999 actors to deliver all of the lines of dialogues. That sounds like a made-up stat. I mean, 999 exactly sounds a little too perfect to be true, but I'm sure gamers around the world appreciate that regardless. But not just the in-game dialogue, but the in-game items also have a lot of variety. There are over 500 unique pieces of gear in the game and like 140 different weapons. Really looks like a lot of effort went into this game. There's parkour, there's zombies, and there's an open world. What more do you need? February is absolutely packed with new releases. There's Horizon Forbidden West, Sifu, and Elden Ring. And of course, Dying Light 2. I really wonder if this finally might be the game that ends the dark age of gaming that has been 2020 and 21. I will be a really happy man if that does happen. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Here is a video from me that YouTube thought you would like to watch. I really hope they were right. I've been Osmodrome and I'll see you in the next one.